the International Day of Solidarity with the people of Palestine. And this day is important for Palestinians as it is a stark reminder for the international community that the plight of the Palestinian people is still unsolved, and that the Palestinian people has the right, like everyone else on this world, to have their own independence and to have the right to self-determination and establish their own independent state. Today is more special day because also we will unveil the plaque of Yasser Arafat. He is the father of the Palestinian revolution, and he used to have a special relationship with Africa in general and with Nelson Mandela in South Africa in particular. So today we are honoring him by putting his name on this plaque. Also today we are honoring Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation of South Africa, Mr. Lamola, by giving him a decoration from President Mahmoud Abbas. He will be honored with the Merit Order of the State of Palestine in recognition for his efforts along with his legal team in the ICJ and also in the ICC. So it's a significant day for the relationship between Palestine and South Africa. Now, lately, we are, especially since last year, since the summit took place in South Africa, we witnessed for the first time the expansion of the BRICS, and now we can see that there are more countries that are joining BRICS, whether as on partnership basis or full membership basis. We hope that this bloc will become stronger and stronger and will not only focus on economic issues, also it will focus on issues related to peace and stability in the world, in the globe. And as we know that the Palestinian cause is the source of tension, we would say, not only in the Middle East, but also in the world. So we hope that this gathering for different countries will support the establishment or the creation of peace in our region. South Africa is generous with Palestine, and they always consider to put the Palestinian issue on their agenda, but we did not discuss yet the situation. I know that they are coming lately from Rio de Janeiro, so maybe now we start see what we can do as South Africa is gearing for the taking the presidency of the summit next year. 2 years ago, we gave an honor decoration like the Star of Jerusalem for Minister Pandor in recognition for her efforts, and this year we are giving the Star of Merit for His Excellency Lamola.
It's a very significant day because it reaffirms the importance of multilateral institutions, and at the prime, the supreme multilateral institution in the world is the United Nations. So this reaffirms that. And being a Palestinian Day, it also shines a spotlight that multilateral institutions will be able to stand if and when there is a respect for international rule of law. And that is what we want to see happening with regards to the state of Israel. Yeah, hence the solidarity movement, people protesting across the globe in the various cities all over the world, in both the global south and the global north, give strength to the fact that this is a people's cause to reaffirm the role of international law and of the UN. And we believe that with that groundswell of support, there will be no place to hide for Israeli authorities. It's just a matter of time. It is a very important honor, as you heard from the speech, quoting speeches as far back as 1982 from Ambassador Johnny McCartin, and solidarity with the people of Palestine, how intertwined it is to the South African struggle. Nelson Mandela himself, Arafat. So it is indeed a very significant award and occasion that cement good relations between the two people. As you are aware, when we campaign and continue on this matter, it's not just a government matter. There is groundswell support in the communities across South Africa, in taverns, in shebeens, in football pitch, choir competitions, across all religions. It doesn't matter whether you're Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Judas, Jewish, anyone. There's groundswell support for the cause of the Palestinian people because it's a women's rights cause. Yeah. The support, the protests, the marches, the actions by various governments at the UN platforms and various international platforms are continuing, and that what should continue. It will, at the end of the day, end up isolating the state of Israel, and it will steer the work towards a peaceful resolution.
It's a sad day in the sense that we've been commemorating this day without much progress in terms of the Palestinians taking their destiny in their hands. And instead of the Palestinians are still suffering a lot. So it's a commemoration, but it's not a happy one. It would be a very happy one if they were free. And it's very difficult because we don't even know when the situation will improve. Because for now, it seems to be getting worse. And it really is painful to see Palestinian kids being killed, see all this. Nobody should be killed on either side. But for me, we come because we have to express our solidarity, but it's not a happy day. Yes, the United Nations for now is failing us. But I think the BRICS members, especially those who are in the Security Council, should try and convince the 5 members so that there is no veto on what the National Assembly, the UN Assembly takes decisions, but they get vetoed in the Security Council. Of course, it's not a fair system because one country can hold the whole world and so on. South Africa and President Arafat, especially the progressive forces in South Africa, always work together. President Arafat has always supported our struggle. And when we became free, South Africa supported Palestine and supported President Arafat, even when he was like under house arrest. If you remember that time, South Africa led a ministerial delegation of the non-aligned movement to go and express our solidarity with President Arafat. We shall always remember him. It's sad that he's no longer with us, but he remains in all our hearts. And we must always remember him and honor him in whatever way we find suitable.
I must tell you that the tragedy about all this is that this is celebration of the UN declaration of a day to support the people of Palestine. But actually the UN is completely neutralized. It can't act on Palestine. The Secretary General can't act because the United States vetoes everything. And which means the UN is not able to carry out its constitutional mandate to make sure there is peace in the world. And I think this tells us that the international governance system does not work. It is a colonial system. It came in 1948 whilst we were still colonized. And they were talking about, balancing power amongst themselves after the Second World War. What we need is a radical change of the United States, so United Nations, so that the UN can make sure there's peace. Palestinians shouldn't die the way in which they are dying, and nobody can protect them. with all the international law, even if you say we declare that you've committed crime against humanity, the United States would say no. If they say no, nobody can do anything about it. I think that's the tragedy about where we are. United Nations was helpful for the poorer, smaller, powerless countries. But now we know that the United States can't do it. We need change. That's why we are launching the chapter, South African chapter on the anti-apartheid movement this Friday. And we're bringing South Africans who have consulted with all the sectors. In May, we brought in 400 people from different parts of the world to make sure that we mobilize. Remember, USA supported the apartheid system until the last minute. But we mobilized the people of the United States who took on their own government until they forced them to adopt the bill that they adopted on sanctions. That's what we are looking for in terms of Israel. And this time, it has to be mobilizing the United States, people of the United States. They can't sit there and be complicit to genocide. Yeah, you can't do that. In fact, it's against the Genocide Convention.